welcome everybody to the podcast. This is the TPP The Peasent Podcast. We are a dedicated Xbox console podcast who get involved with the community and talk about the game we love. We are currently running episode 10. We got the 10 episodes. Yay! Absolutely chuffed. Wouldn't absolutely not ever think that we'd actually get 10 episodes. But we've, booked right out to nearly 20 episodes now, so we are well on the way. Today's guests, we have Slim Buckle and Nebs from Resurrection Factions, and we have Youngy from Forgotten Anarchy. And of course, we have our co-host, Smileysgotagun, and ADKCue. Welcome everybody to the podcast.
Oh, I'll speak on behalf of Nebs. Thank you for having me today.
That's it.
I'm so happy to be here.
Is his mic having a little drama?
He just has chosen to speak through me today. We're fine. Go ahead. Questions, sir.
He does like a little possession occasionally, so we are not surprised. So Ned, if you can hear us, leave the body of Smiley and come back to the podcast.
He likes to be deep inside me. Feels
That's
nice.
That's it, fucking Jesus.
God, we're not we're already in the fucking gutter.
That's it, straight there. We are coming live from the infamous PD at Cami. All the way down at Cami Shovo, down the bottom corner. Some of the best PvPs happen down here. We'll jump into our one-on-ones. Wherever you are, Neb, come back. Youngy, how are you?
I'm alright, thank you. What yourself?
Oh, we're going very well, very well. Thank you for joining us on the podcast.
Oh, thank you for having me.
We'd just like to know how long you've been playing the quality game of Dayz. When did you start playing Dayz?
Oof. No, that's a question. I would say about 4 years now. 4 to 3 years.
Rocking on since the days of
Being honest.
nearly on preview?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I'm an old school player, to be fair, dude. Been around a long time. Yeah, so I've seen a lot of changes.
100%. And what did you find appealing about Dayz that brought you over to Dayz on Xbox?
Well, I always say Dayz is every day is a different day, if that makes sense. There's always something new to do. You always interact with different players. There's always, yeah, like you said, there's always something to do daily. So it's, yeah, don't get bored at all. I love it. Best game ever.
Yeah,
The only game I play.
got the hard addiction like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Insane about
Very
that
hard
addiction. How much time do you spend or do you invest in the game on a weekly basis?
On a weekly basis, oof, I would say between 30 to 40 hours a week, mate.
You got yourself a little full-time job there. Beautiful.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. And it seems to get like that when you're a server owner and you're doing the coding and you're doing all that. It's still the equivalent to a full-time job.
Pretty much, dude, yeah. I run 3 servers, so it can be a bit hectic sometimes, but it's worth it.
It always is. Well, we appreciate you coming on to the show, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me again.
All right, so now we have these two lovely people. This is Nebs and Slim Buckle from Resurrection Factions. How are you guys?
My mic is working.
Yep.
Yeah, your mic's working. I'm good.
It is! Oh my god, amazing.
Good old technical difficulties.
So sorry.
Of Dayz. There's not much you can do about that.
It happens every time I get on. I hate it.
I think it's my servers, not yours.
Well, I am connecting from pretty far away.
That's
so
it. You
here.
are from a long distance. All right, we'll start with Slim Buckle. Slim, when did you start playing Dayz?
I started during the first COVID lockdown 3 years ago.
Ooh. Like a lot of people, they, stuck at home, nothing to do, thought they'd take a wander in a different place.
Yeah, mine was more everyone else at my house gamed besides me, so if I can't beat them, I'll join them.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm still gaming and they're not, so
Yeah. They passed on a quality skill across to you to further out and venture. So when you were in COVID, what did you find appealing about the game?
I mainly just joined 'cause my partner played it, so I was used to, don't know, watch him play it and then thought, oh, it's a game I can play with him, so why not?
Get dragged around, get stuck in as a portable loot mule.
More get lost and then get yelled at for being lost.
Yeah, so
Sounded more like how it went, I think.
Enjoying the scenery, and then all of a sudden you can't find anyone. Yeah, I feel you on that one. I feel you on that one. How much time do you spend on a week invested in the game?
Oh, depending how busy work's been, sometimes 60 hours. At the moment, more like 30, because Discord takes a lot of time as well.
Yeah, Discord is usually the biggest killer when it comes to chewing the time up for server owners. But we appreciate you spending some with us.
Appreciate being here.
Now on to Nebs. Nebs, when did you start playing Dayz?
I first started playing like when it was an Arma 2 mod, 2011 or something, 2012. When I was like 9 or 10 years old, and I took a break from it just because I didn't have a good enough computer to run it. And then it came out on Xbox as game preview. I got it like the first day it came out, and I've just bucks.
So you even got to start all the way back at the PC days when it was starting to get dragged into its own sort of standalone game.
Yeah, I remember all the spray paints and shit. That's all still in the files. You can spawn it in on console. It's just remnants from when it was an Arma 2 mod. You used to be able to spray paint your guns. That's why there's green and black guns in the game.
So have you found that even up to now, has Xbox, I suppose, satisfied that PC itch? Or is it still lacking?
I've always preferred console. I've always preferred console gaming, and I prefer playing with a controller. So, I really enjoy it on Xbox, and a lot of my friends have Xbox too. It was just easier to play with people, and it just made a lot of things easier. You didn't have to have a super beefy PC and like all these extra peripherals. Just Xbox made it pretty centralized. And now this game was super buggy when it came out on Xbox, and they still haven't fixed a lot of it, but that's okay. I mean, it's how the game is. It's natural.
That's it. We put up with
The
it.
charm of it. Yeah, it's the charm of it.
So what did you find appealing all that time back when it became its own mod? What was it about the game that you thought, I want this?
It was sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. There's like a delay in the mic.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
There was it was just like the first really big like zombies were really big at the time when I was really into zombies, and then there was this sense of like just freedom. You could do whatever you wanted. There wasn't a goal, and that was pretty interesting. I liked sandbox games at the time. I was pretty big into Minecraft as a young kid in that area would be. So this game was just kind of natural. Like, this is the next game that I should play. It seems fun. You can do whatever you want, and there's zombies in it, so that's awesome, and that's kind of what drew me in. And then I just got attached to like just stupid scenarios where you're just encountering random people, and it went a lot worse back then because of my age, and everyone just wanted to kill me because I was annoying.
Yeah, that's it. You're a squeaker.
But it was fun. Yeah, but it was fun.
That's definitely the age back then when anyone who had a young voice on Dayz just murder them straight up.
Yeah, that's how it went.
And how much time do you spend a week invested in the game?
Actually playing the game, not a lot. I don't really have a ton of time to play the game, maybe 10 hours, 15 hours. I usually do stuff on Discord more so and behind the scenes stuff.
Yep, as a server owner, we don't get to venture on and play as much as we used to. But when we do, we get a little bit, a little thrill out of it. But it's majority Discord work and behind the coding scenes. So yeah, it is quite a lot of time spent not playing the game and trying to invest in your server. But guys, welcome to the podcast. All right, and we all know our roughneckians. Smileysgotagun and ADKCue. How you going, guys? Going all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Rocking on. Had a good.
Q's not though.
No.
He's got something up his butt.
Not unusual for the podcast.
No, it's a good surprise for later.
Ooh.
I might pull it out of my
Little
bum later and show it to you.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Boss.
So let's kick in straight with some of the questions. Now, both of you guys roll a faction server. Oh, sorry. I killed my mic. Well, the mic in game, not the one on the outside. So that'll be a weird little outtake I'll have to cut out. With factions a heavy part of both your servers, what have you found to be the difficult part with running a server, especially with so many people and groups of people together? Youngy, I'll start with you.
It's just, I would say, just trying to keep the community happy, if that makes sense, because no matter what you do, there's always something wrong, if that makes sense. So it's just trying to please everybody and trying to pump new ideas into your servers, making sure there's weekly events, always adding new mods or new stuff into your server and stuff, just making, just keeping fresh content all the time. I always find out if you just put something into the game without doing a community vote or seeing what other people want and stuff, that's normally a bad thing. It's like what we do on Forgotten Anarchy is every time we change something, we'll always put it out to a vote and see if the community wants it or not, you see. But I would say it's just the people, I would say. It's hard trying to keep everyone happy, if that makes sense.
It's definitely one of the hardest things to do as a server owner, especially dealing with large amounts of people. I'll have to agree with keeping everybody happy is have to be a hard thing to do. What about you guys over at Resurrection? What have you found to be the more difficult part of running a server, especially with a heavy faction influence?
Slim,
Slim.
you want to take this one? I'm gonna make her talk because she didn't talk last time on the podcast.
That's it. Oh, do you want me to refer, Neb?
no.
Do you want me to refer straight to Slim? Just straight up to Slim? Yeah,
don't.
I can.
No.
Yeah.
She might leave. I don't know.
She's pale on us. Just blink, gone.
No.
Yeah, it's sort of like what Youngy said, trying to keep them happy because every faction has different ideas on, what they would like to see within a server, and it's more about finding the balance that suits your server and the vision that we hold for our own server, and trying to stay true to that, as well as appeasing the community and showing the community we do listen. At the end of the day, if you adapt everything to be what other people want, you will eventually end up like another server out there, and you'll lose your individuality. So it's just finding that happy medium to keep everybody still interested and sticking around.
Oh, well said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely agree with that. That's pretty much hit that on the head. It is very hard to, I suppose, please everyone. And in a faction-based server, I suppose you've got more of a group mentality where it's not an individual that wants to change something. You've got maybe 10, maybe 12 people who are voting for a change or trying to push a change. It must be very difficult to sort of tell them no with a good enough and a justified reason. But I think you hit the nail with to keep your individuality, you have to keep on the path of where you want the server to go and what your vision is for the server. Nebs, do you have anything to add on to that for what Slim has to say?
I mean, actually, one of our staff earlier in the chat was like, noticed a lot of the top servers on the top front page are all super boosted. And I was like, well, that doesn't mean anything, because they're all the same at that point. And before we had this server, on our old server, Deadlands, it wasn't boosted. It was how we have it now, where it's like, you gotta look for your guns, but you're not gonna starve. It's kind of a nice middle ground where you're not gonna struggle, but you're not gonna get a kit in 5 minutes. And we were always on the front page, and I think people really are lacking a server that has that. And at the same time, it's a Livonia server, so that's also another, like, you're only going to get Livonia if you're really into Dayz. And if you're really into Dayz, then you're okay with that a little more challenging experience. And I think that's what a lot of people are looking for. And I think it shows in that a lot of people are okay with it, because when some people suggest, oh, make M4s spawn at every single location constantly, then everyone bombards them and says, no, moron. So I think there's definitely a group of people out there that don't like super, super boosted, and I think that's why people like it over there.
Yeah, that's very interesting that you define the two cultures where it comes to faction servers. You've got factions that want to concentrate on just looting up, gearing up and having that aspect of playing Dayz together. And you've got another faction style that is, you're given everything you want and it's straight into PvP.
Yeah, I mean, there doesn't, at that point, there's no incentivization for raiding or PvP even. There's just not. It's, with the loot being not super ultra boosted, it gives people a reason to raid. It motivates them to find and store explosives and loot heli crashes, which cycles the loot because they PvP more. So the server benefits because of it, and the loot cycles, more people find it, newcomers find loot and stick around, and there's a lot less lag. So even if we're 70 pop with a 20 Q, it's not going to lag a 1 bit on a weekend when everyone's blowing shit up, which is really nice to have to not deal with.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you want to give them that gear fare. You want to give them that gear fare, so they got something to lose. You don't
The
have
what?
gear
The
fare.
gear fare?
Yeah, losing your gear. If you.
What?
If,
Yeah, gear fear. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
gear fear.
Gear
Sorry,
fear.
I'm sorry.
Gear fare. Sorry, it's my accent.
It's that Aussiness
No,
in
you're
ya.
fine.
Gear
I'm
fear.
a stupid American. Yeah, people, including myself, kind of have a nostalgia for that. When you first started playing the game and you hear a gunshot and your heart's racing because you've been playing for 4 hours and you walk 16 miles and you have red food and someone's about to shoot you in the face with a pistol and you're about to lose all your stuff, and that's kind of gone now. So a lot of people are looking for that again, I think.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely something that I miss from a while ago. That and being lost.
Yeah, being
Oh,
lost. I mean, I'm still lost on Livonia, I've never got a chance to learn the map because when I started playing it, there were no good servers, so we made our own, and then I never had time to learn it.
That's it. Spends too much time behind the keyboard and not enough time with the controller in his hand.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was when it first came out.
All right. So with flags and armbands already been in the game, what faction items would you like to see to enhance the faction aspect of it? We'll start with Slim.
Faction items.
Yeah.
Full coloured suits per faction. Like having each faction run around like a box of Skittles would be pretty cool.
So,
That would be awesome. Holy shit. That would be so
Code locks
good.
as well, like proper code locks that are electronic, and you just type a key.
Oh my god,
What
proper
to do.
code locks.
And
Yes,
it remembers who
please,
you
PC
are,
code
so
lock.
if you type it in once, yeah. That would be cool. It's just a quality of life that would be nice for factions.
definitely with the code locks. I would like to see customizable coloured outfits, or the ability to put logos, or even with each flag there be a uniform to put with it, so you can
yeah.
you can actually
Yeah.
just
Be able
match
to use
it in.
the flags into clothing.
Yeah,
would be
to
cool.
craft
That'd be
like the mummy
sweet.
outfit.
I
That'd be
wish we
cool.
could edit people's spawn inventories individually, so we could make factions spawn with their armband, and then just so you don't have any confusion, you know. You're freshy and you're coming back to PvP, you might get shot by your own guys, and then it's like, fuck you, and then it's just a bunch of confusion. It would make it so much easier.
Yeah, locked in armband where you couldn't take it off.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You know what I mean?
That'd be
So yeah, you couldn't do it. Do you have anything to add to that, Youngy? Anything you'd like to see that's not already in the game that would enhance that? You know that.
I would just like they do on the PC, where you can make a faction and then you go to the flag and then you claim that flag, if that makes sense, if you know what I mean.
I don't know much about the faction side of PC.
So basically, if you're making a base and then you build a flagpole, and you can get your faction members to claim that flagpole, and it automatically puts you into the faction and stuff like that. I think that would make life a lot easier.
Oh yeah, and to be able to see like your actual team members on the map and where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of the parts
Definitely.
I think that's one part that's missing from the game. But I also think it's one of the elements that make Dayz. I mean, how many times have we killed your friend because you're in a panic, or you're getting shot at and they're coming running towards you and you can't hear them on the mic, and just as you pull the trigger, you shoot them and they scream at you, "Greedy, stop shooting me!" To me, it happens on a.
Sounds personal, man. I don't know.
It's like it happened yesterday. It's like it happened yesterday.
Yeah. It feels like it was only yesterday, Jesus.
So I had the same thing. I was on a spotlight and I was getting shot from somewhere, and Q was around and another person was around, and I saw someone run towards me and I couldn't hear them. And just as I heard him, I pulled the trigger and managed to put a nice shot into your friend. You never give him a light shot or a shot in the arm. It's always got to be mid center. It seems to be a perfect hit. But the ability to spawn in with some sort of indication or lock in to say, "Yep, I'm going to be partnered with you today. I'm going to be part of your group." Definitely is one of the biggest things that I think needs to be incorporated for Dayz. But it has to be server side. I think the server needs to be the one to activate it, yes or no, if you can group up. All right. So now we're going to hand it over to our co-host, Mr. Q. He's going to fire up some questions for us.
Q.
All right, guys.
Make him good questions, Q, or you're fired.
That's it.
So,
Yo, Greedy, you saw that? A soul on your podcast?
I didn't see it.
That's fine.
On the podcast,
Oh, you
there's
didn't
plenty
see
of
it?
assault.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Wait to the
Yeah,
end.
you see
There'll be
nothing,
plenty of
it's
assault.
All right, so with you guys' game style, you guys are in faction-based servers. Game maybe faction-based and community as well as official. What's your guys' in-game idea? Like, is it more building a base and having your base complete, or is it making it to tizzy and being full geared? Yeah. So what's your idea of the in-game?
Well,
You
before
might
I
answer first.
became owner on servers and stuff, I used to love building bases and stuff. So yeah, I like to build and survive off the land and stuff like that. To be honest, I like the fishing side of things and stuff like that. Um, I don't like it when you go on to multiple servers and you just go in and just food everywhere. You know, I prefer to kill a deer or dig up some worms and do a bit of fishing and then stuff like that. So I
'Cause,
like the
yeah,
survival
Yeah.
type of stuff,
That's
if I'm being honest.
that's definitely my thought too. Because I think a lot of the boosted servers that are around have almost removed the idea of in-game
Yeah.
because it's rinse and repeat.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one.
Yeah, I agree as well.
Definitely agree.
Answer the question, Slim. Answer the questions.
Um, I've never had an idea of
Yeah.
an end game while I'm playing. My end game, if I did have one, would change daily depending on who was online or what we had chosen to do for the day. I do love building. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a builder looter.
Nice.
Yeah, I follow the
Well
same
answered, Lucky.
strategy.
You're about to get shot in the head if you didn't answer correctly.
Sorry.
And it is funny that you say it like that. It depends on what you're doing for the day, because it can be for a Discord, admin, a server owner. You might only get 2 hours to be able to go, right, I'm going to jump on with the people and go for a quick run. Let's go here and go PvP, or let's go and grab a car and come back. It's definitely mission based when it comes down to being an owner and allocating that time
Yeah.
to actually playing.
Or you're like running back somewhere to get back into the VP, but then you hear a heli, so the game changes again because
you
I end up
you can't
following
deny
the
a heli.
helis and ditching my mission.
Yeah, I think sidetrackness is the biggest thing in Dayz that keeps us. A half an hour quick run turns into a 3 hour job.
Yeah,
Definitely, really easily.
Half an hour on Dayz?
That's it.
It's like, it's like just loaded the game up.
Just kick it around spawn.
Yeah, you haven't even left spawn. Like half an hour in Dayz is like a minute real life.
That's it. Just powering through. That's all right. I wonder why it takes us forever to get anywhere. Well, appreciate you, Q. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
No, welcome.
All right, we're going to move on to community service code in Discord bots. Traders are a part of both of your servers. How do you run them to help benefit the server? So, in that question, what is when you put in a trader into your server? What was its main goal to provide for the community? I'll start with Youngy.
I think it's just interacting with people. What we've done is we've took certain things out of the economy where you only can get them at the trader. Reason why we've done that is so we get to meet everybody, we get to build a friendship up with all our players, and not just that, it's just the excitement of going into a trader what not many people have seen, if that makes sense. So they'll go in there and it's like, wow, I've never seen this. It's like when you did a spotlight on ours. Yous was kind of amazed. So it's just the interacting I like, to be fair, and I think that's the whole purpose of having a trader. It does take the survival side of the game away, I would say, um, because you can just kill yourself, get a spawn at the trader, go get kitted out, and then go PvP. Yeah, I can understand that, but it's different and unique, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's the interactive, and we have some right laughs. If I'm being completely honest, it's quite fun.
Okay, so the way
Yeah.
you see it, the way the trader is not only just a place to get loot, but it's also a wow factor in the game, a POI, and a social
Yeah,
area for
exactly.
people to come and obviously meet people, talk, and be in a safer zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
yeah.
I like that.
Nebs and Slim, what about you guys? How does your trader benefit your server, and what's your, I suppose, direction that you take?
The trader's always been same as their server. It's just been like kind of a hub for people to come and chill. We want something where people can talk and trade their items and come to do events. We do events there all the time, and it's kind of just a POI. You've been there, Greedy. I think
Yep.
you're familiar with what I mean by that. There's a lot of people over there all the time.
By the way, you
Um,
changed it. A little
and
disappointed.
Wait, you're disappointed? Wait, whoa,
What-
whoa, whoa!
what-
Whoa!
Where's
Whoa!
where's the carpet jump?
Quiet.
Where's the carpet jump? Where?
The carpet jump.
Yep, from the
It's
roof.
still there.
Yeah, okay.
It's still
I
there.
didn't see it. I was a little disappointed. I'm like, oh, I fucking moved it.
I know you didn't see it. You didn't see it.
Oh, explain what this carpet jump is. What's this carpet jump?
I don't want to.
That's hey.
Well,
You'll have to go into RessurectionZ and go and
I
visit the
don't-
safe zone.
This is kind of
Alright.
something I discovered. I don't know. I kind of want to gatekeep it.
Yeah, you gatekeep it. You
tell
gatekeep it.
the-
Keep your secrets. Keep your
I know.
secrets.
Alright.
I'll tell about it. I don't. It's not nothing crazy.
DM
so
me later.
Um,
What the carpet is.
okay, now I have to keep it secret. All right. Anyway, moving
Riley,
on.
you just want someone to jump into your carpet.
According to her
That's
previous
true.
statement, according to her previous
could use a
statement, I
nice,
already have been.
Vacuum down there.
Bruh. Okay, anyway. With our trader and people giving stuff in, one of the things we're starting to do now, I think, is burn everything that comes in. Like, literally throw it into a burn barrel, throw it back into the loot cycle. So we're not taking up any of the loot by storing things. We're not creating lag and container stuff by storing things at trader. People can sell stuff, and we have stock that is spawned in piles of one, and like just kind of helps with loot because that doesn't affect the loot pile or the loot table or whatever when it's spawning out in the world, and it gives something people to kind of look forward to, as well as we have our faction flags and armbands behind the counter, so all of the factions, whenever they want their armbands or flags, they can come up and get them all at once. They get a bunch of them at the same time, because a lot of them come up there anyway to sell, so they can just get those on their way out, and it just keeps the big groups coming back in. And
Nice.
usually it works out pretty good. Security's a thing we kind of have all the time. I think we have a human player at the trader for at least 16 hours out of the 24 hours of the day,
Wow.
and they don't let anyone in. I think, Greedy, when you tried to go in one time, they were straight up just like, no.
I've been manhandled a few times trying to flex VIP cards and name dropping Neb. Nah, the security is quite tight. Quite tight.
Trader's
Yeah.
something we take a big pride in on our server. We want to make sure it's something everyone can experience, because a lot of people started playing after the idea of a trader kind of phased out. A lot of servers don't really have them anymore in the way that they used to be. So It gives people something to look forward to, and it's mostly on Ternara servers I've noticed, but maybe just because there's more Ternara servers. I don't know.
Yeah, and a lot of it I noticed a lot of people that do have traders, a lot of the times they're unmanned, and
Yeah,
it's
and
really
they
hard to
don't
get a
last
hold
very
of.
long.
Yeah.
I also find that a trader.
So in that case,
Yeah, go.
sorry.
No, you go.
I was just
you
going
go.
to say, so in that case, like with traders, actually I don't have much experience, with traders. To be fair, I just put that in for a UK friend here. So in that case, then I assume they'd have to be. Is it to the trader? You'd have to be on the Discord, right?
Yeah, so we
Yes.
use Law's kill feed. I don't know. I can't speak for Youngy's server, but we use Law's kill feed for the economy, and they can pay and receive money via that, and then their wallet is on the Discord, and they have a currency.
Yeah, same with us, but we use Me6. So
Oh yeah.
so basically we deal with all the in-game currency and stuff like that because I don't like the idea of some bots where you're allowed to steal people money and stuff like that.
Yeah, we have all that turned off.
Because imagine if you've been out looting all day, you come back, make a nice little profit, and then some idiot on the Discord steals your money, you're going to be fuming, aren't you? So we deal with
Yeah.
all the in-game currency and stuff like that. And if you're not on the Discord, you're not getting in a bloody trader. It's simple as that. So,
But
yeah.
people can still run on your server and just play
Oh,
however they want, or do they have to be
Of course.
like? Do they
you
have to be
just-
whitelisted, or can they just like pop in and
No,
just
you don't. You
mess
don't. You
around?
don't need to be whitelisted. On our we had our deathmatch server, the 1v1, whitelisted, stuff like that because you get a lot of spawn killings and stuff like that. So servers like 1v1s, you have to. I found out you have to whitelist them. To be fair.
To be
But
fair.
yeah, you don't need to be on the Discord to play our servers. To be fair, because some people don't like Discord, some people don't know how to use the Discord, so it's not really fair. If I'm being honest, I don't
Yeah,
like
because
the
there's some
idea of
players out there that
whitelisting server.
yeah, there's some players out there they just don't want to they don't have a Discord. They don't want to get involved in Discord. So they just people that just want to play get home from work and play a video game, jump in and do whatever. So no requirements with either of your servers.
No, you could just
Not
jump
for
on and
ours
play
either.
whenever. It's just
Yeah,
if you want to use
Discord's
the
technically
trader
optional.
for if you just want to use the trader for our staff and stuff like that, you just have to be in the Discord.
Nice.
Usually with our trader, we don't have a gate where we let people in only if they're in the Discord. We don't require them to let us know they're coming ahead of time. It's just whoever walks through the gate, whoever walks through the gate. 80% of players can kind of assume it's a green zone, or they'll see something, or we'll get on we have a PA system and we'll yell at them and just say, hey, put your gun away, it's the green zone. And they either leave promptly because they're scared out of their mind, or they just put their gun away. And we get them, we talk to them and get them in the Discord, or they just don't join the Discord, which is totally fine. Like, there were players I've seen for a year or two consistently on a server that I've never talked to in the Discord, and they just, because they played, luckily they followed the rules that they didn't know about. But so that's another thing. Sometimes we'll get people to join that way because they broke a rule. We'll have to ban them, and then in our ban list we'll say, is this appealable? Yes, this is appealable if they join the Discord and acknowledge that they've read the rules, and then we'll just unban them, and that usually gets a lot of people in. And that
Nice.
never creates anger. It just kind of creates like, oh, my bad. Cool. I like to play here. This is fun. My bad. And then close ticket. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's a good system.
And that's what I find with Discords. It's a great communication device when it comes to your players, but a lot of the older generation get a bit, like even my age, in the 40s up, get a little bit overwhelmed with jumping into some
40?
Discords. Yeah,
You don't look a day over 35.
see, I appreciate you. That's why I keep you around.
Yeah, I know. I bring the median age of your server way down.
That's it. That's it for retirement down to just midlife. But I know quite a few people that get into my Discord particular, which has hundreds of channels, and just go, what the hell is this? So it's good to see that you also allow players just to be able to jump on and play the server without the Discord, and also have that Discord involvement. But it does take a big chunk of the game away, especially for faction servers, if you're not on the Discords.
But do you not think the new feature on the Discord, the onboarding, where you can browse the channels at the top and you can unclick the channels you want, it's like with ours, because we run 3 servers into one Discord, you can only imagine the amount of stuff what's on our Discord. So I think the new onboarding feature is absolutely brilliant, because you can close channels and not see channels what you want, if that makes sense. So yeah, I would look into getting that onboarding.
Yeah, I had a little
channel feature, guys.
I had a play on that, and then some of my channels disappeared, and I had no idea for 2 days, and then I realised it was that because I had unclicked some. So it went back to being completely open. And we're not touching that little feature anymore. That's good, because that also brought us into currency and training go hand in hand. How does your server handle it? You guys flowed beautifully into that. Now we're going to have questions with Smiley.
Ooh.
Smiley,
My
you can
time
take
already?
Yep, your time
Nice.
already.
Well, here we go. Prepare yourselves, people.
What? I know I got some good ones. Hang on, I gotta pick up my little post-it note and have a little read, because don't sleep these days, so got a little bit of brain fog.
Everything's going to go in post-its.
Everything is post-its
Strangely
everywhere.
ominous. I don't like it.
Hello, Youngy. How you doing, man?
Hello.
Got a question
I'm
for
alright,
you.
thank you. Go on. What's your question?
All right.
It's getting interrogated.
Pretty much.
You're charging. No. It's clean. It's clean. You're charging through the bush. You're going deep in a bush with your mates. It's a team effort to get into the bush. you come across. There's the. Actually, I don't know if there's a name for it. The spot where there's you make a sacrifice. The Blair Witch spot.
Oh,
Anyway,
the Ring
you
of Stones.
there. Yeah, in a supernatural. Actually, the Blair Witch just pops out. She goes, "Hey," she's like, "Listen, I'll give you like anything you want, but you have to sacrifice one of your teammates. Who is it and why?"
Probably get naked and run as fast as fuck.
No. You have to select a teammate, mate. Or like you all do. Name names. We want names.
That's it.
You gotta
Who are your
get-
admin teams copping it?
To be honest, I love my staff. I'd probably sacrifice myself, if I'm being completely honest.
Oh, come on. Stop. Stop
Wrong
We got a liar on
Wrong
the podcast. We got a liar.
well, no, I'm not lying, because like we don't I don't really have like admins, because I've been admins on other servers, and I know that some admins can be corrupt and stuff like that sometimes. So I try and keep my staff small. So it's like me and the girlfriend what run the servers pretty much. We have traders and stuff like that, but they're really close friends, which I don't have any problems with at all. We have a couple of moderators on the Discord, which can't even see tickets or anything really. They just mute people and ban people off the Discord. So when it comes to sacrificing, I would rather sacrifice myself, because I've not really got a bad thing to say about my partner, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I would sacrifice myself, to be fair, and that's no bullshit or no
That's
lie.
actually
That's the complete honest truth.
Now I've gone all fucking weird. I'm all fucking soft inside. I feel all he's made us go all nice. Feel like a nice person inside.
That's it. Gotta go for a kill run after the show.
Yeah, I've got to go for a kill one. It's giving me feelings. I felt something for a second there. I sort of twitched. Oh, what is this? All right, same question for you two. Deep in the bush, Blair Witch pops
Slim.
out. You gonna sacrifice Slim? That was quick.
I knew that was coming.
Didn't even think twice.
I honestly
Yeah,
would sacrifice whoever will rile up whoever's gonna bitch and moan the most on that day. Be the person I shoot.
Oh, you do this on the weekly. This is a weekly game for you.
I try not to.
Got it.
Actually,
I mean, I
asked you
do
this 2 days ago.
like shooting team members that have shitty call-outs on the day. That frustration. You just shoot and then, oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't know it was you.
So someone gives a shitty call out, like,
Boom.
oh, they don't react when you say comms. They keep chatting, and you're just like, boom.
Yeah,
Like, fuck, get the fuck out of here.
pretty much. Yeah.
I like
One
I
less
like
issue.
this one. I like this one.
I think the first to
I'm
go
gonna
is the
keep
first
you,
one who
Slim.
calls out
I'm
one
gonna
shot.
keep you in my
wins.
pocket.
It's not one shot.
No, it's the one. There's a guy over there. Then they go silent. That's
Over
the
there.
guy I'm shooting.
That's it.
Yeah.
God, I hate that.
All right. Do I have time for two questions? I actually added in another one, just
Yeah. Get
Alright.
get rid of your feelings, all right? Get rid of your feelings.
Yeah.
Get a second question
All right, I'm
out.
gonna shake this off. I'm gonna shake.
Are you
Woo!
holding a jar of peanut
Woo!
butter? What is that?
It's just jam.
The jam.
Oh.
Some jam.
It's not jam. I gave you my honey. It's not jam.
Oh, it's
Means a
honey.
lot to me,
Sorry,
that
it's
honey.
It's honey. Yeah, I know. Oh, you made it yourself, and I know how you made it. I appreciate you. That brings me to my next question, actually.
Whoa!
So, explosion goes off. Massive explosion. Do you take the explosion in your face or all over your back?
Normally it would come out my ass.
Oh,
No,
well,
you're the receiver. Sonny. You're the receiver. Are you taking it in the face, or you taking it all over your back? You want some frontage or backage? What are you feeling?
Ooh, probably have to be frontage.
You're taking it on the front. Oh, yeah, nice.
All over the face.
Take it
Everywhere.
all over the face. Yeah,
In the nose, eyes, ears, the lot, hair. Yeah, everywhere.
yeah. You just let it sit there. You like,
Yeah.
I'll take on this explosion and I'll wear it proud. Nice. And you two? Face or back? Face or back?
I'm trying not to laugh.
I want the explosion in my eye. I love
Depends on the situation, I
You want
suppose.
it in the eye?
I mean,
Yeah,
not
nice.
opposed to either.
Depends on the situation. Depends. Do you mean does it depend on the type of explosive that's being used?
That's it. She's
Yeah,
talking about
definitely.
explosives here, ladies and gentlemen. She is talking about explosives and a blast from an explosive. Just to clarify that.
Of course I am. Of course I am. What else would I be? That's what I'd be talking about. So you've got a little bit of C4 coming right at your face. Are you turning around and taking it on the back, or you going full frontage? What do you say,
Take
Slim?
it in the bag.
Full
You
front.
take it in the back. Full frontage. That's my go. I got another question. Lost the feelings completely now, so we're good. All right. Back to normal. Feeling back to normal. Youngy, this is
Greedy, this
actually,
isn't your podcast anymore, man.
They get a little
Hey,
section.
it's my time to shine.
That's it.
Yeah, it gives me 10
They-
minutes.
they-
Let
they-
me have my moment.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
They get a little 5-minute takeover. Otherwise, they won't shut
I have
up.
to go back and sit in my corner.
That's it.
Yeah, it's true. We sit over there twitching the whole time he's talking, going. All right. So this one I ask every week, so you might have heard this one, but it's the love moment. Oh, It's like when we've all had that moment in game where we've, bumped into a stranger, or you might have met your friend, or you might have met your girlfriend, or, partner, or you might have, I don't know, it might have been just a really random situation, but you had that one moment and it's always stuck with you for years, and you've just gone, God damn, that gave me those feels, man. That gave me like, and I'll never forget that moment. That was special. That was a special moment. I love that. All right, so tell me, tell me your love moment, Youngy. Give me those feels.
My love moment, I would say, when I was sat up on the hill in a ghillie, raiding a base, sniping. We allied up with some people and we told them all to take the pants off. So we knew who he was, and there was about 20 odd people running up to a base with no pants off. Oh, it just made me giggle. I'll never forget it. It's funniest fucking raid ever.
Yeah, I like
Did you
it.
see
I
all
like it. I
these?
get, I
Did
get
you
your
see
vote.
all these people
Seeing all
running
these
around with
butts
no pants on?
running up.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And that's what I'm talking about. It's always like just the little things like that. They just stick with you. Everyone gets on that same vibe together. Magic just happens. All right, you two. Tell me your love moments. Running out of
I don't
time.
have
He's
any
looking at me.
together,
Hurry up.
but my love moment, my first one that I really really remember is when the game first came out and this dude named Lighticus had a server. It was 32 slot Trinaris. There was like a Discord, but it wasn't in the title because you didn't know how to change the name of the server, and there were like 20 people online. And I was running along the coast, me and my cousin. We didn't know how to play. Still learning out. I mean, we knew how to play, but we didn't know we didn't know. It's a new experience on Xbox, so we didn't really know how to play. And it's this random guy, this random kid named Icy. He's like 15 or 16. He drives up in his Gunter, and back then you couldn't edit files of servers, so he had built this Gunter with vanilla spawned car parts and like drove it all the way and just encountered us randomly and was like, "Hey guys, hop in. We're gonna take you to this city." And the main safe zone of that server was Starry Sabor, which I think is my favorite safe zone I've ever had. Like, it's such a fun town to have as a safe zone. And and everyone, there were like 20 people in this town running around, running shops. It was like a real town, and it was so early on in the game. It was so crazy, and it's what really made me fall in love with the console scene. And without that, I probably would have just put this game down a week later. But he showed me the ropes,
Wow.
got me into Discord, showed me how the community worked, and then I robbed his car dealership, and then that server shut down like 2 months later because we raided everybody. But who's counting? It's okay.
He destroyed the server. He's like, I love
I
this
did.
server. I'm gonna fucking destroy it.
Dominate it.
It was a Super Bowl Sunday. We were waiting for everyone to go watch the Super Bowl, and when Super Bowl came on, me and my two friends, who definitely don't watch the Super Bowl, went and raided these guys who were watching the Super Bowl, and I think it was the best play of all time. Very well timed.
Let's see,
Nice.
cop
And
that
do you
for a
think that
halftime
moment
show.
also inspired you to? Yeah. Do you think that experience also maybe influenced you opening your own server to try and maybe capture
Yeah.
some of that?
Before Resurrections, there was Deadlands, which was the server we had for 2 years, and then before that, there was another server called Wu-Tang Financial. I don't know why, but that's what we called it, and it was a Chernarus server, and we had Starry Sabor as our safe zone. And then there was this random guy that joined the server. He was he was the first player to ever join our server, any server of mine. He made it to Starry, which he didn't know was a safe zone, stole the admin car, drove it into a bridge, and disconnected forever. And that was my moment where I was like, that was pretty funny. I want to do that more.
Oh, very nice. How about you? How about you, Slim?
I think the one moment that sticks with me is my one and only kidnapping, which ended badly
Oh, you
for
liked
me 'cause
it?
I didn't do wow. Yeah, it was fun. It's
You
never
like being
happened
kidnapped?
again.
You like being tied up,
Yeah.
Slim?
They didn't quite get to the tied up stage. Asked me to dance, and I pulled the fingers at them because I didn't know how to get game chat working. I was in a party and real noob at the time. So then they just knocked me out and left me for dead pretty much, but it's one thing I'll never forget.
That's your love moment. That's
Yeah.
the one that gave you really nice, warm, fuzzy feelings inside, being knocked
Yep.
out and kidnapped,
Treated bad.
That's
tied
it,
up.
left in a
sure.
ditch.
Yeah.
Sounds like your new best friend, Smiley.
We're gonna
Definitely
be
taught
best
me how to
friends
get my
tonight.
people better. I think we should run together for sure.
I think you better slip into my DMs, princess. Have a good time together. All right, that's it, boss.
You good?
How'd I do?
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm good.
But,
Put it all out there.
informative and creepy at the same time. Just exactly the way we like it.
You're welcome.
All right, we're going to kick off for our halftime show. So I'll get everyone to hop up. Around the corner here is...
Stretch your legs.
That's it. Is a couple of trucks. If you want to go get yourself a truck and drive it to the main road and to the valley, Three Valley side of Cami. Let's,
All right, those house. What about us?
you want to get
go
involved?
with them?
You can drive with them if you like.
Oh, how Neb, you
Come
drive.
on, come on, Q. You drive.
Yeah, you can.
We'll have to wait for another truck to turn up.
That's it.
Smiley.
Once they move it, they'll be
Oh, I
right.
just meant no. I just said like we'll just take a car just so we can watch.
Yeah, it's the same car.
Yeah, let's take a car.
There's one right here.
How convenient.
All right, so Three Valley side. You guys are going to be cams on on the ground cams.
Yeah.
So, of course, in Dayz, one of the biggest things that you need to do is transport goods. You need to be able to get your vehicle from one spot to the other. Now, Cami Road is usually pretty clear, but today we've added in a few more cars. You're uncon. How did you get uncon? You're in a truck. How did you get uncon? That's why you never let him use the what do you call it? Never let Nebs drive. Uncon already.
We're only trying to help, okay?
That was so funny.
I leave.
We got him out though.
I leave for 2 seconds and I come back to a disaster. I leave for 2 seconds.
No.
Hey, look, yeah, you get.
Pretty good.
Hey, you get it out of a rolled car, alright? You were here.
I'm stuck.
You were here.
We thought we were helping. Come on, we need another car. Oh, we'll just take this truck. Come on, let's just take this truck.
That's it. Main
Oh,
road.
under the back.
Main road.
Under the
Main
back.
road.
I'll be back in a minute. Under the back.
Oh, goddamn.
I'm just going with it. I'm going with it. Oh, thanks, boss.
That's it. Abuse is not a bad thing. Alright, so what happened to Youngy? You went and got another car?
I think he's down there, isn't he? Is he in that truck?
He might be. Nope. He's still around. We'll get this one. We'll have to take up there. So we're going to kick off with our halftime shows where we test our guests.
Feeling so fly like a G6.
All right. Yes, it definitely should be first person only. So Youngy's up here, beautiful. Just go get the other two. 3 Valley side, people. 3 Valley. That's it, up the other end. That's it, up the other end.
Now we're feeling so fly like a G6. Just stop here, Q. That's it.
That's it, throw Yui. This is a line. It's a line up here.
Are we participating?
Yep, we are now. Oh, bloody server shut down. Oh God. Why did we shut the server down? I have no idea why this server shuts down. Yeah, reset. Good old reset. It'll take hardly any time. But luckily we did it right now, rather than right we're doing. Your server jumped too much. Can't be bothered waiting for the actual jump. It to come back. There it is. Alright. Just give me 1 sec. Just gotta put in the password. Beautiful. So what the task is going to have to be is all the way down here to the end of it's definitely some cool scenes that we rolled with. Let's go all the way it. So past the town sign and then we'll do a Yui. So we're going to have 3 wide. And we'll see who is the race back. So we'll just wait for our guys to jump in and then we'll hit straight up into our halftime show. Now this particular server is just purely dedicated to the podcast, so it's only a little 10 slot. At the end of the show we do a little fight out.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear?
Oh yeah, I hear.
Yeah, mic checks, mic checks.
Can you?
Yep,
Mike, Greedy,
all
can
good.
you hear me?
Yep, I can hear.
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay, sorry, my mic died after I went on con after a truck spawned in my other truck. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine. That happened.
What are we racing to?
So, it's from here to the town signs at the other side. So you gotta race all the way down and back. We've got Team Resurrection, Team Anarchy, and Team Co-hosts.
Whoop whoop, the winners, you mean?
That's it.
Just correct you there.
So we want some clean racing. We want clean racing, but this is Dayz, so anything goes. It's first truck back.
Okay.
Just make sure you go past the town limit, and then throw a Youngy and come back.
Hey, do you want me to get out and shoot their tyres? You did
Yeah,
say
would
anything
be
goes.
right.
It's probably
Slim, get out, take the battery.
it's probably not wise to ask me what you can and can't do. Oh, head start, Bob.
anything
Calm
goes,
down,
right?
calm down, calm down, calm down. All right, now we're gonna get Youngy. Yeah,
Give
that's
an
it.
inch.
Youngy, come forward a little
Give an
bit.
inch. We'll give our inch.
Yeah, all right. Ready. Set.
Cut him off. Cut him off. Yeah.
Oh, he's out of stall. He's out of stall. See, being Dayz, really, if they got out and shot each other with grenade launchers, I really wouldn't care. You have to go back to work still. Did you take it easy? I appreciate you dropping in. And I appreciate you could come and see what it's all about. Alright, there's the turnaround. We don't know who's going to be coming back. It was worth seeing the start. See you, bro. Oh, I don't know who's coming back. Oh, look at this. Oh, just a little bit further. That's it. Just a little bit further. That's it. There you go.
That's why we're the best racers.
That's it. Smash them. I don't
We're
even know.
allowed to kill them now?
I'm one of the
Not
best
yet.
easy
You
drivers.
gotta wait till after the show. After the show.
Ah.
Hold on. What if I snipe him all the way from down here?
Oh.
Oh my
Good.
god! Oh, what's
That's
going
why
on
they're
down there?
already on it.
Greedy, our plan was for Slim to get out when we slowed down to turn around, and then Youngy came in and slammed into the other car, and they both hit the sign of the town. They both hit it.
Getting shot at.
Oh, I don't feel so.
Alright, and... Beautiful. Oh. And it's the co-host that lost. Beautiful. Great work, guests. Alright. We'll head back over to where we were. A little disappointed in my co-hosts. A little disappointed.
We had a little sleep. We had we
Hey,
had a
what
little
happened?
sleep
What
at the
happened? I
side
thought
of
you
the
could
bed.
hear our plan. I thought you could hear our plan. What happened?
No, that's fine. It's totally fine. It was part of our plan. We were like, we'll get to the other end.
Shit.
Well,
now our
we'll pull
guard
over
is
and
down
have a
for the
little
next
sleep on the
challenge.
side of
You're
the road.
bleeding.
Now our guard is down
Youngy?
for the next challenge. Did I hit you with one of
Oh,
those
yeah,
revolver bullets?
Youngy, you're
You bleeding, man.
bleeding.
Better than that.
A little blood come
I
up.
got you. Hold on.
Where's Q? Did he die?
Nah, he's here somewhere. I think he's trying to get
Thank you, dude.
I didn't
He's
know I
alive.
would actually hit you. I'm better than I think
Or worse, depending on which way you look at it.
There's never any rules in the challenges. As long as we get it done, that's all that counts.
Yeah. Q will be back. He'll be back.
Alright, so the official winners, RessurectionZ.
Yay! Hang on, I'd clap, but I can't remember where the mode
That's
is.
it, it's here.
Clapping on the inside.
Oh.
Someone clip that.
That's
Oh,
it.
I'll clip
Let's
it.
give him a clap. That's it, give him a clap. That's it.
Slim knows I always fucking fall off.
You'll have to crawl your ass over here because we've got no...
Now you look like you really have had some back itch explosion.
That's it.
Well, sometimes we gotta switch it up,
That's it.
Just lie
Some
down
God.
and sleep it off. Be right.
I died
Somebody
somehow.
gun to my head.
You died, did
Oh,
ya?
you did die.
Wait, did I shoot you?
How?
Did I hit you?
Yeah, you might have, yeah.
Oh my
That's a
god!
pretty good
I hit
shot
you
of you
from
all the way
300
back in the
meters
truck.
with a revolver. I am a god. Here, shoot me, Slim.
Yeah. Don't worry, you're gonna
Why, shoot
disappear
you?
in 3, 2,
yeah.
1. Oof. Yeah, I think he had a broken leg anyway.
Yeah, he snapped it. He snapped it good.
That's Neb. You get used to it.
Taking his stuff.
Alright, well, let's get back into the last part. So this has to do with playing the game that we all love. With bases and players going hand in hand with faction servers, how do you handle the raiding side of the game without forcing groups out of the server? So what can happen in some group servers is you'll get a dominant faction that basically overrules the server and starts forcing people out. Youngy, we'll start with you since Nebs is over there struggling with his clothing.
I don't think he was struggling with his clothing. I don't know. I think he was...
He was doing a little
Nice.
dance. He's doing a little dance.
Showing off.
So
Factions forcing people off the server.
yeah, how do you handle that with
Um,
raiding and the rules around raiding?
Well, as long as you're strict with your rules and don't favoritism anybody, then you don't really have that problem. I can't really answer that because I've never come across that yet. If I'm being honest, it's like as you know yourself, you've been on ours, and we have very factions what's taking over towns and cities and everything. You see, it's quite a big player faction base on ours. I think there's like 12 or 13 on Livonia or something like that, and we don't
What
really
factions?
have.
12 or 13 factions?
I've got 12 or 13 factions on my Livonia server.
Holy shit.
And don't really have that problem. As long as you're very strict with your rules and you don't let people get away with things, and you don't really have that, because they know if they mess about, they're gonna get fucked off pretty much. So yeah, it's all about your rollings and making sure things are fair. You know, that's why
And so what
when I said.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just gonna say, so with base rating and stuff, so do you only have it like on weekends?
Well, we have it on raid weekends, but because we've got a lot of custom areas and stuff, so you're allowed to raid during the week if it's a custom area or a military place, which means you're allowed to boost in and stuff like that. When I say boost in, you're only allowed to use tents, barrels, cars. I don't mean using fireplaces or garden plotting in or anything like that, because that's an instant ban on our server. and then plus we took
Yeah.
stuff like that out of the server anyway, so you can't even use that, to be fair. But we have raiding weekends on from 8 o'clock EST to 8 o'clock EST on Sunday, so Friday to Sunday, so you can just blow whatever you want up. You're allowed to come in and popcorn loot and stuff, but we have a limit on where there's raiding and then there's toxic raiding. Now, what I mean about toxic raiding is you come in and you take every single flag down, every single post down and stuff. I don't think that's fair. I don't mind
Yeah.
people popcorn in the loot because it helps the economy. It's like what I forgot your name. Sorry, dude. The guy in red. Like
Nebs.
what he said. When people come to the trader, we burn our stuff so it goes back out in the economy. We've done that from day one. So when people come in and popcorn loot and stuff, that stops the hoarding as well. It's the same with vehicles. Like during the week, if you can throw a grenade over the fence and blow about 4 or 5 vehicles up, fair enough, because the vehicles go back out in spawn and then it's fairer for other people. It just saves the hoarding, if that makes sense. So if it's military or custom, you're allowed to boost and raid 24/7. If it's not, then if it's not custom or military, then you have to wait till weekend.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I like it.
Definitely a good way to balance it out. RessurectionZ, how do you guys handle your raiding side of the factions to, I suppose, try and resist one group forcing another group out?
We don't really have the problem of groups forcing each other out. I mean, we have a lot of competition on the server, obviously, but I feel like a lot of the factions we have are resilient enough where if they get raided, it's like, okay, well, we'll get you next weekend. I don't know if there's a lot of forcing people off the server. Involving how many factions, I actually don't know the answer to this question. I'm going to refer to Slim. What is the most factions we've had at once? I don't actually know.
I think we've been like 2 flags off filling all of the flags, so I can't remember how many flags there were, but we've had a lot.
24?
I think
Yeah, I think
currently
there's
we have like
24
14.
flags. Wow.
Yeah, currently 14
Damn,
active
that's chunky.
factions, and a lot of our factions are more about keeping pop alive. So they have faction wars and raid each other, but they don't grieve each other to the point of no return for their factions, so it retains
heard
our
of a
player base
grief
within the
ever.
server.
Yeah, you
don't
don't have
grieve at all.
babies then. You don't have big cry babies.
No. Oh, we do. They just
We
don't
may have
grieve.
some.
We hear them whine.
But you just shut
Well,
the
the
door and
best
walk
thing-
away. Leave that
The
baby
best thing
cry.
I found out
Yeah.
about crybabies is send them on a 1v1 server. Instead of shit talking on the Discord, go battle it out on the 1v1 server and have it out there and then, you know? That's what I find
Yeah.
out what works better.
Just pitting them together straight off the bat. If there's any problems, get into 1v1. Sort it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get on a
that's a great
1v1
idea.
server, sort it out.
I just wonder if, because forcing factions off servers or trying to dominate a server was a big thing when I was rolling with faction servers. So I'm just wondering if the application of a safe zone and a ruled safe zone for the ability for the factions to, not only fight it out, but also get to know each other on a personal level. It's all well and good to have that banner between people, but it's also good to know who your enemy is and having a chat with them and, laughing at them over the fence when you scream at them you're not going to be able to get in. And they're laughing back, saying, we'll be getting in 10 minutes, which wasn't around back in when I was rolling it. So maybe the contribution of safe zones that are actually safe and traders that are actually can throw whatever loot you want at them. But that's absolutely wicked to hear that rather than people getting forced off, the group just settles down, rebuilds, and then comes back. It's absolutely great work, guys.
Yeah.
So my next question is to you should streamers
Oh, you
be
die?
allowed special privileges on a server, or should they be treated like any other player, even though they could be stream sniped? Just like to get your thoughts on it.
They're streaming.
My
That's their
thoughts
risk.
about... Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that. Hit the nail on the head there.
You don't have to.
What about
stream.
when it comes to like racism? Like, how
Whoa,
do you
that's a
go
big-
with like slurs?
What is it?
That's
What do
a
you?
big
How does that
no-no.
have to do with streamers? Yeah, no, that's an instant ban.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
straight
Because
away
no,
ban.
because when you're streaming, you know, you can't have N bombs flying around or anything on your
Oh.
stream. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
If someone says
so-
that in our game chat or even someone's party chat, like on the server, like if like some some people join the server and they'll invite a bunch of random people, try to find a group or whatever. If they say any of those slurs and it gets reported, it's just banned, no question. You don't get to appeal. It's one of the few things where it's like you don't get to appeal. I'm not dealing with it. I don't want that here.
yeah, nice, good,
Yeah, it's the same with us, and then we have Me6 where we set it up so you can't even say them bad things on the Discord because you'll either be automatically banned or muted straight away anyway. Because we're a Discord partner, we can't have none of that anyway, if I'm being completely honest. So when it comes to talking like that, it's just a big no, Yeah, no harassing.
Well, that's very good for
No.
for streamers to hear actually, because that's one of the biggest things that when you jump into a server, you don't want to, you walk in and someone's taken over a PA and spamming N bombs, and you're like, oh well, have to delete my VOD,
That's it. Log out.
jump off the server,
Log out
can't
straight up.
log out. Yeah, can't enjoy this server now because some idiots
I
ruined
mean-
it for everyone.
Going back to Greedy's question and, talking about favoritism or special treatment, I suppose it would depend on the stream. Like if Greedy came into our server and was doing a review and showing people what our server was about, then by all means I'd be more inclined to open our trader and get him in the back to show what staff are dealing with behind the scenes, things like that, to give a full overview, realistically what goes on behind what most players see on the forefront of a stream. In regards to stream sniping, again, depending on what the stream was about, if he was just playing the server to play something, I think that's just part of being a streamer, my view.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree
that's
with.
fair. That's fair.
I guess a lot of that depends on, on your type of servers, because you guys are faction-based servers, Maybe you look at it from the point of view of a role-play server, like it becomes to a point of power gaming or metagaming, watching someone stream, because you can gather quite a lot of information that you shouldn't really get. But as I said, I don't think that really needs to show on your guys' servers, because you're more of a faction server, yeah?
Yeah, we don't really have that problem. Maybe base codes is one thing, but I think we've had, it's not explicitly stated in the rules, but it's one of those things where it's kind of, we know what to do if it happens, because I think at one point we did have someone see a code on someone's stream and use it, and it's fair game, because the streamer put themselves at risk.
Yeah.
Code lock rating is allowed, and how you obtain that code there's no rules against how you obtain it. Most people either just cycle through all the numbers. Me personally, I set all the numbers to 0 if I want a code lock, camp nearby, and then I listen to the clicks, and then I get their code that way. But we don't really care how people get the
Shit.
codes.
I like that.
Shit, that's genius.
Yeah.
Hold on, hold on.
Ah.
I told anyone that.
Ah.
I've never seen anyone else use it.
No,
Secret.
that is. You know what?
It's not a secret
That's
now.
that. That's
Princess.
hats off to you, my friend. I've played for a long time, and that is fucking genius. Okay, love it.
But if you think about it as well, guys,
you just-
it's common sense. If you've got a base, why would you stream opening up your gate code anyway?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why we
100%,
don't say anything
100%.
about it. We just, well, they got my codes off of a stream. Okay, shouldn't have been streaming your base codes, dummy. Obviously, we don't call him a dummy, but we all think it.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly right.
It gets shot around in staff chat. Like, is this guy dumb?
Just wouldn't do that.
Okay,
I
cool.
wouldn't do that. But you just don't stream when you're opening up gate codes.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Each to their own, eh?
Me personally, I think when you're streaming on a server that you take that risk in your own hands, and the only thing is if a streamer's roll in on your server to show it off or anything, I mean, the only thing you could possibly do as an owner to give them a hand is, especially if it's a pumped up server, is give them priority so they can easily get back in and not sit in a queue for 13 hours to try and get in. Apart from that, I think it's all it's a free game. If you're streaming, you opening a gateway to where you are, and you should cop the repercussions. It happens to me all the time. Doesn't faze me. I know a few people it phases, and in the PC game, it's I was watching a streamer, and one of her fans was like, one of her viewers was like, "Hey, I'm just about to log on to the server. I'm on there." Like, oh, quick, log off the server, get off the server, And I think the words stream snipe and watching somebody stream are two different things. But I don't find it affects Xbox or console as much as it does PC. All right.
I guess that comes down to our community then
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, respect within the community. I mean,
Yeah.
you'll get those odd randoms that have only found you for the first time, like found your stream for the first time, and they'll go, "Oh yeah, okay."
Does anyone remember Mixer?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
I got stream sniped on Mixer on Dayz in like 2019. I was trying to put a fire barrel into the back of a Sarka, and this know-it-all comes into my chat and was like, "Idiot, you can't put fire barrels in cars," which I didn't know because I've never tried to do it before. But apparently you can't put fire barrels in cars. And this guy just ripped on me for it and was calling me like a fresh player, a noob, this and that. And I was like, dude, relax. I've never tried to put a fire barrel in a car.
That's it.
And then he tried to like insult how many hours I had in the game, and I had
I didn't know
twice
that.
as many as him. I know.
I did not know
It's
that.
like,
I've never
yeah,
tried,
never
so
tried
you
to
know,
do
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
And
I'm with you.
So we think we hear the end of this guy because I timed him out and was like, all right, bozo, I have twice as many hours of you. You're timed out. I don't want to deal with you anymore. My whole group was kind of laughing at him like, yeah, okay. And then 10 hours later, I still have the clip of him in a bush. 10 hours later, because the server had the server name in the bottom left in red text, so he got on the server. Took 10 hours to get up to our base, proned in a bush, and tried to kill me. And he ended up killing one of my friends on accident before the rest of us absolutely obliterated him, and then he never got on again. So that was kind of a weird stream snipe, and someone who took something way too personally and obviously didn't have enough of a life to do something else. So that was weird.
It is, yeah. You get some,
I just think it's funny.
you get some strange ones, don't you? Definitely get some strange ones.
Yeah, I gotta find that clip where he's just proning, and then my friend's walking behind him with a log, and is like, "Guys, there's someone here." That was that guy.
That's it. Hunting you from the bush.
Yeah, it was
been-
weird because we were at the very top of the map.
Yeah, that is weird. All right, well, we're going to ask our last and final question before we take some questions from anyone in the chat. If you're more than welcome to drop some questions, we'll put it across to our guests. But our final question is always about freshies.
Murder.
Are freshies your new friends, or are they enemies in disguise?
Enemies.
Murder.
Enemies in disguise. Definitely.
Murder.
Definitely. Come on.
Freshies are
Have
the
you never done it
deadliest
before?
kinds of players.
That's it.
Smiley just vanish, or am I tripping?
Just be careful, because once we get to outros, once I start my outro, it turns into all-out war, so they're probably gearing up. But I haven't started. I'll let you know when the outro starts, so don't go too far.
Yeah, sit back down, sit back down.
That's it, calm down.
Comfortable.
But before we kick off our outros, I'd like to give you an opportunity to plug your server and your Discord. So, Youngy, if you want to give a shout out to your server and your Discord.
Yeah, just forgot an anarchy, guys. We have 3 types of servers. We have a Livonia 50 slot, Journal 50 slot, and we have a 1v1 server. And we're going to be opening up another Journal server, which is going to be a 32 slot, Northwest Airfield deathmatch. So, yeah.
Very nice.
Come on, guys. Come and have a game.
And RessurectionZ. Neb, do you want to give us a
Discord.
plug?
I've read off already.
Yeah, discord.gg/RSZ faction Livonia based server 70 slot. Always high pop. Always medium high pop. Always good times.
Holy
Lots
shit.
of PvP.
Did you say 70 slot? You've got a 70 slot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure
well,
do.
When it was Deadlands, it was always, can I get priority, please, because I can't get into your server.
Yeah, because it was
It was full.
and it had a 40. It had a 40 queue at one time.
Yeah.
There were a few times, a few weekends in a row, where it was at a 30 and a 40 queue, and we actually were gonna upgrade it to a 100 slot, but we didn't.
Damn, I've never seen a 100 slot on console, I don't think.
Yeah, it's pretty hectic. It's pretty
Yeah,
hectic.
they get super laggy, but we don't have a lag problem, so we contemplated doing it.
That's it. But alright, well, we'll kick off the outro. We'll let our guest cut sick while we hide in a corner. You're not supposed to get greedy. He's got to do his outro. Right. That's how we take care of people, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for the ultra and absolutely wicked Peasant Podcast.